Hello everybody and welcome to this new video on Freecad, and in this video we are going to make an introduction to this software. It is a powerful software. If you want to have a free software to work with CAD, to work with 3D modeling, you can use Freecad. So it is very powerful software to do this type of work. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Freecad is available. So if you want to learn this software, starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn, different hours of training content, a reference course to perfectly master Freecad. Secondly, on the description, the website in with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in these YouTube channels, have basics of this software. Secondly, on the description, it is like an online school. You can pick a course and learn any graphic software. So let's start with the introduction of Freecad. So powerful free software that you can use for CAD or for 3D modeling. First things to do, when you go on the top left corner here, you have the possibility to create a new document. You will be able to export work to save your work. So if I click on new here, I can have a new document appearing on this area. So you can create multiple new documents. And if you create just a new document here, because you have also a panel when you start the software, when you can start with a workbench. So depending if you start directly with a part design workbench, you will have a body by default. But if you just create a new document here, you won't have any things inside. But after, you can just create a new body inside a active document here. So this is the first things to understand. We are going to remove this document, remove this document, and remove this document as well. So if you start a new document from the main panels with the part design workbench, directly inside you have a body. You need to understand that to have access to the preference, you can go in the edit panels. In the edit panels, you can have access to the preferences. You have multiple preferences on Freecad. First, if you go in the general preferences, you will be able to change the language here, and you have the default unit system. So personally, I'm using millimeter, kilogram, second, and degrees, but you have the other type of default unit systems that you can use. You have also the theme here. I'm using Freecad Classic, but you can work with a dark theme or with a light theme if you prefer. Personally, I prefer to use Freecad Classics. You can change also, you have some toolbar icons here with the size. By default, it is medium, and you can change also this one. After you will have multiple type of things, you need also to understand that for the navigation, you can go in the display area, and here you have the navigation. Inside the navigation, you can select what type of navigation you want to have. And for example, I'm using Tinkercad, but you can change. If you prefer Open Inventor, if you prefer Maya, you can change. I'm using Tinkercad. I think it's pretty simple and pretty convenient to use because you can do everything with the mouse. So it means to rotate, to pan, and to zoom in and zoom out. Here, this is a navigation cube. You have the navigation cube on the top right corner, and you can display this navigation cube here on this area. You need to understand that in Freecad, you have multiple workbenches. When you click on workbenches here, if you want to have access to the preferences of this workbench, you need to load the workbench. And after to load the workbench, you will be able to, for example, go in some options on the left and to edit the parameters. But to edit the parameters of the preferences, you need to load the workbench that you want just here. By default, the startup workbench will be the part design workbench. You can also change if you prefer another one, but this is the workbench that we use the most of the time. So after we can click here, I'm going to validate. When you start with the part design workbench, you will have this interface. You can change the workbench just here. And if I select, for example, the assembly workbench, I will obtain this render. If I select this framework, I have also the texture workbench. So you have multiple types of workbench that you can use. What are the workbench that you use the most? So this is a part design workbench. After, you can use also the part workbench, can be interesting for different features as well. And after, you can use also the assembly workbench to create assembly. You have also the texture workbench to introduce your work on page models with dimensions and text, for example. You can use also the draft workbench if you want to create a drawing, technical drawing. So you have multiple types of workbench. But the workbench that we use the most for basic CAD, it is a part design workbench. So this is what we have when we start. Here on this area, you can see a toolbars. So we can create a sketch here, and after different features in this workbench. If, for example, I want to create a sketch, I have my model panels here, and with my model panels here, I have a body. I can double click to activate the body, and just below you can also activate the view of the origin just here with the different axis and work plane. It means that for the navigation, you can select a view just directly here with a cube. You can also zoom in, zoom out with the scroll wheel, and you can turn with right click, and you can click on the scroll wheel to move like this, depending of what you choose for the navigation. Even if you choose navigation for the preferences, you can switch again the navigation just here. And as I explained, I'm using Tinkercad in this case. You can also change the unit of your document on this area as well. So now if I just want to deactivate the origin but start a sketch, I can click here, I can start a sketch on one of the work plane, and I will use the work plane, this one, the XY work plane on the top, as you can see. And after to do this type of work, I will define, you can find a series of different tools. And here, this is the different tools of conceptions. Then you have the different constraint. You can also activate a grid. So I can click here to activate a grid. For example, I will create a rectangle in the center. I will click on the center rectangle. I will snap to this point. And if I want to add dimension, I can just type the dimensions that I want. For example, I can type 200 millimeter, press tabulation, and I will type 160 millimeters and tabulation again, or I will go left click to validate. By default, depending of the shapes that you create or the tools that you use, you will have some constraint appearing on the left. So here you can see, for example, the constraint. So this is a list of constraints that we have for this rectangle. So it means on all the sketches, but here we have only rectangles. For example, this one is, I'm going to press escape and I can go out of the sketch or double click to come back to the sketch. So this one, for example, is a horizontal constraint. You can select the constraint as well. This one is a vertical constraint. This one is the symmetry constraint. You can have also some coincident constraints. So here you can see all the constraints that you have in your conceptions. The dimensions also is a constraint. So this is why you can see the dimension here. It means that I can adjust the dimension. If I want to have 120, I can type 120. If I double click, I can come back 160 millimeter. And in the element, you will have everything that you need. So it means a summary of the different elements that you have in your sketch. You have also multiple features to adjust the sketch on this area. So now what I'm going to do, I will just get out of the sketch. So to get out of the sketch, you can click on close or escape, and you have different features here. I will create, for example, the pad, and thanks to that, I can create my first extrusion just like this. And I can put some value like maybe 20 just here. If I want to create another sketch, maybe on this face, I can click on the face and I can create a sketch just like that. I will define the circles and I can create a circle starting from the center and enter a value. Maybe I can type a value of 68 millimeters. And I will click on close. Now I have this element. If I want to create a hole, I can select the sketch in the construction tree and create a pocket. And if I switch the type from through hole, I can create a hole just like that. But something that I could do it is just to do this in one time with a pad. So it means if I click on the pocket, I can press delete. And I can click on this sketch, I can press delete on the keyboard. And I can go inside the pad and double click on the sketch to edit again. And if, for example, I created a circle directly here inside, I can type again 68 millimeters and I will close the sketch. As you can see, you can directly do this. If I want to add something like a fillet, I can select this edge, I can press Ctrl, select this edge, I can press Ctrl, select this edge, and I can press Ctrl, select this edge as well. If I define a fillet, I can apply a fillet. My 4 edges are selected and I will define a values. Maybe I will create a fillet with 20 millimeters and I will just validate just like this. After you have many type of features, so you can create pad, you can create revolution, you can create loft, you can create pipe as well, you can create all, you can also use fillet, chamfer, draft, thickness, you can apply also some symmetries, linear pattern, polar patterns, multiple transformation, and here we are just in the part design workbench. You can switch your conception for any workbench. From the part design workbench, I can switch to the part, and I can also use these tools here, or I can switch to another workbench as well. Here, for example, this is a surface workbench. So you can switch from a workbench to another one. If I want to go in the assembly workbench, I can go in the assembly workbench as well. And every time the toolbar will change here on this area. So if you want a powerful software, powerful free software, Freecad is definitely one of the best to work with CAD, and you have a lot of workbench, so it means you have a lot of possibilities. So we are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. First link on the description, the complete course Freecad is available if you want to learn this software starting from scratch with a course structure. It will be on the first link on the description. It is a reference course, different hours of training content. We see the different features step by step and also different workbenches and different 3D models creation at the end of this course. Second link on the description, the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in these YouTube channels, have basic of this software, and second link on the description, it is like online school, so it means you can pick a course and learn any graphic software. And for the next video, see you. Ciao, ciao.